Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the December 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Leo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as meaning of the tarot cards. I do have a recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at what's coming for December. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note. But let's go ahead and get into it, Leo. Again, column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have a summary affirmation card of discernment. So with the discernment card, if you take a look here, everything is very green. The flowers are beautiful. And this is a reminder that we are a product of our environment. We take on the things that we surround ourselves with. So we want to surround ourselves with good people and good food and a nice, clean and tidy space because, again, we're absorbing all of that energy. We're absorbing all those things. So very much so influenced by our environment. Let's see here, Leo, if we've been influenced positively or not so positively in these last few weeks. I think maybe we realized that there was something in our environment that wasn't a good influence and we made that shift, just taking a look at the spread of cards so far. But first up, we have the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of overdoing. This can be like greed, envy, materialism, obsession. Again, that kind of overdoing of some sort here, Leo. I think we realized that maybe we were overdoing something, or there's somebody that we were surrounding ourselves with that was overdoing it. So that could be something we were absorbing through that discernment card. Again, our product of our environment. The next card we have is the Judgment card. This is you kind of having that aha moment, getting that clarity like, oh, hey, maybe this isn't great. Maybe this isn't what I want, or maybe this isn't positively impacting me. From there, we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of a turning point. I also love the Wheel of Fortune. This is a card of good luck, good fortune, but it indicates some sort of shift coming. So again, I feel like this was the shift that we made when we realized, hey, this isn't really good for us. There's something that's not quite right with the Devil card, and we need to make changes accordingly. Okay, taking a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Four of Wands. If you look here at the Four of Wands, this kind of looks like a finish line here, Leo. And this is going across the finish line. This is completing. This is stopping, being done with something. So again, we recognize that something wasn't quite what it should be, and we acted accordingly. It seems like we've made that shift or that change away from it. We have the next card we have is the Nine of Swords. Very similar with the Nine of Swords. Again, maybe this was causing anxiety. It was causing worry. Maybe we weren't sleeping. Maybe we were like staying out drinking with our friends and then we weren't getting the sleep we needed. So this is kind of like the rift, the not okay piece, the influence that this thing had on us. So again, it drove to this aha moment where we got clarity of, hey, we need to make a change because this isn't quite right. And at the bottom here, we have the Five of Wands. I always tell people this is like bumps in the road. Again, this was causing some sort of like, just like I want to be careful how I say it. It was causing like some lack of alignment. It was throwing things off balance in your life. So again, that's what's driving our shift here. So I think this is wonderful, Leo, that you saw this, acknowledged it, and was able to make a change. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is just anything coming for the month of December. So we have the card Specialization. I love this card. This is a good one for you, Leo. This is about being skilled. This is about being an expert, being very knowledgeable, being very good at something, and then actually going and being able to use those skills. So we have this knowledge, we have this skill, we're special in this one thing. And so in December, we're going to get to do that thing that we are really good at, very special at, something that we like, we enjoy, we're good at. But let's take a look and see what other messages we've got going on here. Okay, I do think that some of you are trying to take this thing that we're good at here, Leo, and profit it, monetize it, which I think is really good to see. It's almost like we're getting to make money off the things that we like. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion, and it's a card of commerce. So of course that commerce piece is making that money there. In the expansion, it's like we're trying to expand on this thing that we're very good at. And in this case, I think we're maybe trying to make some money off of it, which is great. Who doesn't love making money on the things that they love to do? So this is really, really wonderful energy to see. With the Three of Wands, this is very much a plan card. So I encourage you to have a plan. This could also be a travel card, so you could be doing some traveling unrelated in the month of December. The next card we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of competition, feeling like you have to defend yourself. I think whatever you're doing, there could be competition, but it doesn't really matter. But I feel like maybe you stand up your website and then you realize that people are offering something similar. It doesn't really matter what other people are doing, just focus on what you are doing. There's something here, Leo, that makes you unique, and that's what's important. And at the bottom here, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a great love card. So I guess you get to see both cats today. One cat leaves and the other one shows up. Anyways, the Two of Cups is a love card. So potentially there's some love movement here for you. This is love, partnership, romantic, proposal, marriage. So really strong love energy. There could be some sort of business partner coming into play here as well, or somebody that's like supporting you, helping you get this stood up and off the ground. Let's take a look now at our clarifiers though. First up, we have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is a very studious, hardworking card. Again, you're an expert in this. I can see the hard work and the energy you've put into it. The Page of Cups is also a new love card, so you do have some love energy sprinkled in here for sure. Again, it could be that partnership or it could be love. The next card we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is like a card of apathy, lack of fulfillment. I think potentially, again, some of you could get a little discouraged when you realize maybe there is something similar, or maybe there's competition. Sorry for that glare. It's dark outside and the light's on. But again, I wouldn't let that bring you down. It doesn't take away from what you have to offer. And at the bottom here, we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of like resting, retreating, renewing, recovering. I'm going to throw another R in there because that wasn't enough. This is about like revising potentially as needed. So it's okay to check and adjust once we stand this up. So you'll have some shifts after things get going, I guess is where I'm going with that. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So quick money affirmation for you. Love and money. I love money and money loves me. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses we run, investments we have, anything you associate with money. Looking good here, Leo. First, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is like nose to the grindstone, putting in the hard work. But why I love the Knight of Pentacles is because it's reaping the benefits of the hard work. So it's like if you put in the hard work, you're going to reap the benefits of that hard work there, Leo. So that's great to see. I don't know if I have any other messages for you there. I just see you like doing really good and receiving for that. Of course, we'll clarify. The next card we have is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a generous card. This is a card of giving or receiving, but you're very much so on the receiving end here. Again, you've put in the hard work and now you get to collect. At the bottom here, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. This is also like finding out news. Again, this is like what you're receiving coming in. I do think you could have kind of a busy month going into December, so just be aware of that, Leo. Not like horrible, but I do feel like you're still going to be working. Things are going to be pretty big, pretty busy, happening pretty quick. But again, that hard work's paying off, and I feel like you're on the receiving end of it, so that's really wonderful to see. Let's take a look at our clarifiers now. First up, we have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is a card. This can be like a card of stress, exhaustion, having a lot of burdens. So again, it is going to be kind of busy. So my advice is be careful what we commit to. Because again, I feel like you're already going pretty fast for it being the end of the year. The holidays quickly approaching here. So just don't overcommit, because then you're going to like get yourself overwhelmed and stressed. The next card we have is the Sun card. In terms of good card in the tarot deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. This is material happiness, joyous outcomes, success, all things good. Whatever we're receiving is going to make you so happy. I think you could be getting an end of the year bonus, a new job, a pay raise, but you are going to be thrilled about it, Leo. So that's wonderful to see. And at the bottom here, we have the 7 of Swords. It's interesting. So this card is like moving forward, moving on. But I think this is you taking action. This is you moving. So again, it is going to be kind of busy. So be careful what we commit to. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. Quick love message here for you. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationships, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Leo. First up, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very long-term, very strategic. In terms of love, I think we're positioned well here. It feels long-term. For some of you, I think you could be entering into a relationship perhaps, or there's some sort of change happening with the relationship. The next card we have is the Death card. The Death card is a card of like transition, change, moving forward. I don't want to say moving on, because I don't know that a lot of you are like leaving a relationship, but the relationship is moving forward, and I like the direction that it's going, giving the King of Swords. Like, that feels strategic, it feels intentional, it feels long-term, but there is some sort of shift, there is some sort of change coming here. The next card we have is the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. So again, there is something new on the horizon. Quite literally, if you look at the Death card, there's a horizon there. So something is changing, something is new is coming in. For some of you, it could be a new relationship, or again, this could be like advancement of the existing relationship. Whew, look at all those major arcana. When that happens, it just means we have big, crisp, clear messages. So looking at those clarifiers, Leo, first up we have the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation, a card of abundance. I like this. We're creating the love. We're creating the future that we want. There's also an abundance of love, and there I don't think is any such thing as too much love for anybody here. So nice card with the Empress. The next card we have is the Chariot. The Chariot was once described to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. It's about being on a journey. Again, there's something new on the horizon. This relationship could be new, or again, we could be progressing forward, which is really neat to see. And at the bottom, we have the Repeat Death card. Again, doesn't mean death, but we're moving forward, we're transforming, we're progressing. We're marching forward to something new here. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. So we have the summary affirmation card of reaction. So the reaction card has two different meanings here, Leo, and they're kind of opposite. So one thing is like maybe something happened recently that I think is emotional and is significant, but we haven't like had the time to process those feelings and had the time to react. So if you're in that situation, just be very thoughtful of that. Again, I feel like some of you are sitting with something and you just haven't been able to go through the feelings and haven't been able to process what's happened. The other meaning to this, and I always want to be very careful how I say this, because I feel like people's feelings are absolutely meaningful and significant, but this could also be like a card of like overreaction. So if something happens that doesn't feel great, still feel the feels, but we also don't want to overreact to something, right? But I don't love the term overreacting, so I tread lightly there. But let's see what messages we've got here. Okay, for the majority of you, I do think it was the first scenario I described, where it's like something happened and we just haven't quite processed through with it yet. But at first we have the Six of Swords. I know this card looks a little gloomy. The sky is blue-gray. Everyone's facing away from us. The swords are stuck in the boat. But if you look, the boat is heading in a forward, positive direction. This is like a necessary transition. This is something that needed to happen. So although we might not love it in the moment, it actually was really well timed. The boat's taking us exactly where we need to go. It was a necessity. It needed to happen. The next card we have is the Ten of Cups. If you've watched my readings before, you know I love the Ten of Cups. It's my favorite card in the entire tarot deck. We have a happy couple, kids playing. Well, the grass is green, the water's running, there's a house in the background. We have this beautiful full rainbow. It's everything good with the Ten of Cups. This is total love, support, contentment, happiness. So on the other side of this transition, although again, maybe we feel reactive, maybe it doesn't feel good in this time, it's going to be very, very positive. I used to think that contentment wasn't really that good, but now I realize like how hard it is to be content. So contentment has I have a new appreciation for contentment. And at the bottom here, we have the Knight of Wands. When I see the Knight of Wands, this card literally like screams freedom to me, Leo. So again, there's this contentment, there's this freedom, this really nice, deep happiness on the other side. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is clarity. As we progress into this transition, we're going to get more information. It's going to be easier to process. It's going to be easier to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So more clarity to come, which will help as we work through our feelings and kind of realize what the new situation is. The next card we have is the Nine of Wands. This is a card of like keeping and maintaining boundaries, but I mean this in an endearing way, of course, Leo, and don't come after me. I always try and be careful with my words, but it's almost like we're not like embracing the change, or we don't want to accept it yet. We kind of have this guard up. But I encourage you to kind of poke your head on the other side of the fence. Look how things look, because it's nice on the other side. The grass is green and the water's running, and there's some really good things on the other side. So again, I feel like we maybe have our guard up and we're kind of fighting, accepting this that happened. And at the bottom here, we have the Page of Swords. Again, very much so defensive. You see this person here with the sword. But it looks nice on the other side. There's happiness, there's content, there's love, there's a lot of freedom. So you'll continue, I think, to process and work through that there. All right, at this time, I'm going to give the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, we can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the 7 of Hearts. This is the number 21 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the 10 of Clubs. This is number 35 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3, we have the Ace of Clubs, the number 31 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, no, no there for you. Leo, we're also going to take a look at our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of December. Your crystal this month is Emerald, which is good for harmony, beauty, opens you up. It's very revitalizing and gives you a nice sense of togetherness. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, healing is a journey traveled one step at a time, one day at a time, one prayer at a time. Thank you so much, Leo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Leo, and I hope you have a wonderful December.